Yo, what is going on YouTube, man? If y'all just seen my college video versus Jacksonville or Jackson State Gamecocks, man, fuck Jackson State Gamecocks in the college football series. But man, look, I'm gonna keep it short and simple, man. I'm a Broncos fan. I really don't enjoy Madden, but I enjoy playing as the Broncos, man. We had a pretty good season this far up to this point so far. And with that being said, I want to do a long-term series of me doing the Broncos. We had a good season up to this point, bearing a choke to the Chiefs, and anything unfamiliar with that sort of happening, we had a good season. But I know in Madden, I can run the Broncos better than how we are being ran in real life. And no, we're not being ran bad by any means. We're about to make the playoffs, hopefully. You know what I'm saying, for the first time in years. So with that being said, man, hopefully, once again, we make playoffs, man. I don't want to be cocky and shit, but hopefully we make the playoffs. So with that being said, I'm gonna just try to use the Broncos, man, get them a couple Super Bowls, maybe win 6 Super Bowls, retire as the Broncos head coach, end the series. Now, with that being said, though, I do want to make this a long-term Broncos series until next Madden. Um, I don't know how my upload schedule is going to be with this series. I'm going to try to upload, obviously, most as possible. But if I'm being realistic, I'm going to try to upload at least 2 videos a week. Not 2 videos a week, at least 3 videos a week, with this being one in college football and then back for whatever, you know what the case may be. So when a college football video gets uploaded, expect a Madden video to be next and to follow suit. If a Madden video gets uploaded, then college football will be next. But I'm gonna mess with my settings real quick, and I'll be right back to talk to y'all boys. I'm gonna keep this realistic to an extent. Like, I don't want it to be realistic as in like we're not gonna cut players if they don't make sense. Like, for example, I want to keep it Madden in a way. Like, for example, the Broncos would not cut Jarrett Stidham in real life, but cutting him in Madden, I saved $3 million in cap. So we are going to release him. As far as releasing players go, we made it where we could basically release to one player on the roster. If we wanted to dump our whole roster, we could. Obviously, are we going to do that? No, that makes no sense. With that being said, so we are going to also release Tyler Madden. We also, like I said, could put these guys on the practice squad, but I have no vision for them. Like, when you're 24 overall, I mean, not a 24 overall, when you're 24-66 overall in Madden, the chance of you becoming something is not really good. I'm going to keep these 3 running backs. Aldrich Estimate, I want to get him more involved. You know, he's 87 speed, which is, once again, isn't really that good at Madden, unfortunately, but that's okay. But with that being said, guys, as far as the draft class this upcoming draft, I'm going to be looking to either implement real players. I'm probably am going to implement real players. Yeah, that's going to be the goal for me. Obviously, I could always like change it, bearing anything, but I wanted to add real players so we have some realism. Once again, I don't want to just have basically like random, like random players. With that being said, and probably once again, like I said, I know this is realistic to cut all my backup offensive linemen, but cutting all these players is going to save me about $10 million in cap, and we're a younger team to the aspect, so I'm going to try to basically keep older players. Like, I can't come after. I'll take 100 cap. Might as well just let him rock out with his cock out. Jordan Jackson used a W man's W special teamer, but unfortunately, you're not gonna. I'm saying be on my team, but it says. Shout out to Zach Allen, man. He should have made the Pro Bowl. One of the best interior rushers in the league. Shout out to John Franklin Myers, too. Should have made the Pro Bowl. Unfortunately, he didn't. But, hey, man, Madden's going Madden, you feel me? DJ Jones might be a cap casualty if he doesn't blow into something good. He's a good player in real life, but Madden, once again, 29.78. Let's save about $7 million, you know what I'm saying, to release him. So with that being said, that might be a move we're looking to make. So with our first depth chart change, I'm actually going to move John Franklin Myers to interior D tackle. He does play that in real life sometimes, not all the time. He does be on the outside, but in Madden, he'll be a serviceable and usable D tackle. So that's what we're going to do with him. So we're able to actually have more edge rushers to the scheme I like. Shout out Nick Bonito, man. I'm a huge fan of his game. Only a normal dev kind of sucks Madden wise, but he's a dog in real life. Loki could be a defensive player of the year. Player, will he win it? Probably not. Will probably be another player on this team, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I love Nick Bonito, man. He's blown up into something really special, and I can't wait to see where his career goes. Hopefully we extend him long term. Not that he needs to be extended this year, but you know what I mean in that aspect. As far as middle linebackers go, I don't really use middle linebackers unless I'm in run defense. Alex Singleton, love you, Alex Singleton. In real life, you're a dog, absolute warrior, bruh. But in Madden terms, I don't really need you. Did you say something, babe? I just cut Levi Bailey, by the way, y'all. I didn't show it because I was trying to fix something. I'm going to move Drew Sanders actually to right outside linebacker. I was thinking about moving him to D end, because he can be a good D end in Madden, but he hasn't really been a D end in real life yet because he's been injured and stuff like that. But without that, Jonathan Cooper just got paid a big contract a couple weeks ago. I would love to move on from him in Madden terms because once again in Madden terms, he's not really that good. No disrespect to my boy though. Of course, DeAndre Tillman, man, came from the G League, as people want to call it, but he was an absolute dog. But in Madden, unfortunately, 26, 68 overall, that's not going to really cut it. Pretty much the same thing with Zach Cunningham, 29-year-old, 72 overall, not going to cut it. We're going to keep Jonathan Cooper because, once again, he's a dog. I love Jonathan Cooper in real life. I want his jersey. That's a player on my list. But let's get into these DBs. The defensive player of the year, most likely, bearing if we miss the playoffs, is Patrick Surtain, man. Patrick Surtain, I tell my girlfriend about him. She doesn't really, she knows about football. Don't get shit confused. But I be hyping up PS2, man. That's my dog. You don't know I exist, but that's my dog, if you get what I'm saying. We got Riley Moss, got cooked by T. Higgins, unfortunately, but he is a dog, man. Shout out to Riley Moss. Jaquan McMillan had a really down year to his standards, but still a dog in Madden, you feel me? Chris Abrams, rookie. I wish we get him more involved. We too busy were using Levi Wallace. Unfortunately, was barbecue chicken out there. But hopefully Levi Wallace figures out what he's trying to do with his career. And Tremont Smith is a great kick returner, and he's just a really good locker room guy. But unfortunately, we don't really need that in Madden. Shout out to Tremont Smith, though. Deuces, bro. Hope y'all are doing good. And let's get into Brandon Jones, one of my favorite signings of the year, man. Underrated sign. Obviously, love Justice Simmons. That's my dog. But he isn't here right now. Brandon Jones has been filling that role perfectly in real life, so that's a great player. And shout out to Brandon Jones, man. Maybe he could be the long-term safety back there for a couple of years at least. Devon Key is slow safety in Madden. Is not really useful. DeLorean Turniel, he's a good, not role player because I don't want to disrespect my boy, but he's a good depth piece. So, but not a depth piece in Madden. What am I saying?
Or something and it was candy. But you see, I thought I would. Oh my fucking god! Y'all pissed me the fuck off.
A depth piece in Madden. PJ Locke. I won't ever cut PJ Locke. I know his cousin actually from a Discord league, which is pretty cool. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be the roster. I think we're at like 42 players. So realistically, we have to sign 11 players. We're going to run through free agency. Like I said, for trades and free agency, I do want to keep it realistic. I'm not going to go out there and trade for 99 overall, 99 overall. I might make one big trade a season just to keep it fresh. But I don't want to just fill out the roster, win a Super Bowl year one, and then what do we do from there? So with that being said, I'm gonna pretty much fill out the roster real quick with some practice squad players and stuff like that, and I'll let y'all know who I sign. And with that being said, guys, I'll get back to y'all in about right now. I think we should probably be able to get all right, yo, what is going on with y'all boys, man? So I filled out the roster. I'm only really gonna trade for players on the trade block. Like I said, I do want to keep it realistic in the aspect where we're not gonna be trading away 99 overalls and stuff like that. But if we're able to get a tight end number 2, which I'm trying to get Darnell Washington as the Steelers did post him on the trade block, that would be pretty dope. So with that being said, we are looking to get Darnell Washington to be tight end number 2, tight end number 1. So we don't really have a tight end, so maybe Darnell Washington could be our tight end of the future. So with that move, we are trying to get Darnell Washington from the Steelers. We're giving them 2 players. And we do ended up trading one of our players we like, which is DJ Jones. Shout out to DJ Jones and Danny Gray. We just signed Danny Gray. We had no hard felt to the team, but we finally got our tight end number 1 on the squad. With that being said, guys, you see we got our franchise tight end for basically the time being. We could cut this guy. He's not needed anymore. Shout out to Nate kids. Real, if you can be making crazy one-hand catches and stuff like that. So 61 overall, no badges is kind of unfair. So with that being said, I'll hit you guys back because I am looking to trade some of these players to sign in free agency for realistic players, not like Saquon Barkley or some shit like that. But with that being said, I'm going to look to get some more players from the trade block, and I'll be back with y'all when I have my final 53. All right, guys, so we made a trade. We traded Quez Watkins, a receiver we signed in free agency to the Texans. They need a receiver. We had a receiver to trade. We need more draft capital. Easy trades to 5th rounder. We're not fleecing. We're being realistic. So with that being said, I'm going to look to trade some more of these players, such as John Ross, maybe a team will take him. So with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all when we get to our final 53-man roster this season. All right, guys, so we made another trade, man. We traded John Ross to the Jaguars. They need a receiver, have to pair with Brian Thomas and them boys. Trade Braun Ross. Trade John Brown for a late-round pick. And look, we're looking at a receiver roster. It's pretty much set. I like our receiver group right there. I'm looking to get maybe a tight end number 2. I might look to add another edge rusher to the team, another D lineman, but we're pretty much chilling. So with that being said, guys, this is our cornerback room. We're going to look to acquire maybe some more DBs and stuff like that via the trade block. All right, guys. So we made another trade, man. We signed Ambry Thomas in free agency. I needed depth at linebacker. Got Owen Popo, fast linebacker. So he replaced him. Ambry Thomas, good young corner, but he won't get PTE. So with Popo coming on the team, we'll have a linebacker who will get depth and maybe turn into something with him being 23 and fast. So pretty much a simple, just 1-for-1 move. All right, y'all. We got to our 51. I didn't sign two people because I just couldn't figure out who to sign. We signed Max Duggan, just a good third string quarterback rookie. Maybe we're able to flip him for a seventh round pick in a few seasons, I guess. To keep realistic, we didn't sign no running backs, didn't really need any. We did sign some receivers. Will they get PT? Troy Franklin is probably going to take their spot anyway. KJ Hamler, AT Perry, Taekwon Thorne. I love Taekwon Thorne. If you know, you know. 95 speed, 6'2". AT Perry's Sean Payton receiver from ever seen 6'5". We did trade for Donald Washington, our tight end number one. And with that being said, if he's able to become a franchise tight end, then that's good, man. 6'7". We definitely needed a tight end too, though. Shout out to Adam Trotman, but unfortunately, he's not that good in Madden, so not long term wise. So we're gonna move on from him. But this is our pretty much our O line, man. We do need to back up the end, one more at least. But these are our linebackers. This is the team we're rocking with today. I'm gonna get into the training camps, stuff like that, and then with that being said, I'll let you know if we get any development upgrades, and I'll catch y'all there. Yo, we just got Bo Nix to superstar. Roll the clip. I wasn't expecting it to happen. Wow, Bo Nix to start off as a superstar, man. That's huge. Holy shit, man. I was not expecting Bo Nix to start off as a superstar, bro. That's what a hell of a start, bro. Holy shit.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
Yo, what's going on, YouTube, man? So we just sent through basically all the training. I mean, I did all the preseason drills. I got a superstar dev up on Bo Nix, as you guys seen, but that was literally the only dev up. I didn't realize Riley Moss was a star dev. Shout out to Riley Moss. They need to give Nick Bonito a star dev. But with that being said, man, Bo Nix is now a superstar from the weekly training sessions. We're gonna do those every week. I'm working on my coach upgrades to be able to have 6 players. I'm thinking I want to do Bo Nix, maybe to get him X Factor, Marvin Mims, Nick Bonito, players like that. So with stuff like that, I'm really excited to get this shit on the road and stuff like that. Like I said, so if I get the 6 focus players, I want Marvin Mims, Bo Nix to be one of my players, man. I can't wait to use Marvin Mims. I'm happy the Broncos actually are able to get Marvin Mims involved this year. Like last year with Russell Wilson, they didn't really use him to his strong suits. He's starting to get more love. That game winner almost he had against the Bengals, man, I wish we would have went for 2, but Sean Payne is Sean Payton. So we didn't get to go for 2, but hey, it's okay. In my neighborhood, it's all straight over here. So with that being said, man, we're gonna upgrade Riley Moss. Hopefully, we can get him to be a really good corner too. He's 24, so that's kind of older in Madden terms to only have star dev. But by the end of the year, I think we're gonna get him to at least like an 82, maybe 83 overall. So maybe he could become something. I'm not gonna mess with the XP sliders unless we're not getting barely anything. But I think I'm gonna keep it stock. I want to use Troy Franklin as well. My receivers 1, 2, 3 is gonna be Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, Cortland Sutton. I will never get rid of Cortland Sutton. I'll let him rot on his team before I get rid of him, and that's only because I'm like the biggest Cortland Sutton fan in the world. That's my guy. So with shit being stuff like that, man, we're upgrading Troy Franklin right now. He's still a normal. Hopefully, we can get him to a star dev. They don't have actual dev games for normal wide receivers. I don't think. At least it was like that last minute. So if we don't get one like the first 6 games, hypothetically, let's just say he's having a really good year, then we'll look to come up with our own little scenario to get him to start. But if there's that way, then we will like most likely try to give him that star dev. So with that being said, we got Nick Benito has an upgrade. Hopefully he gets to start. If he gets the superstar, hypothetically, if we're able to get him there, that would be just a really nice player, man. But he's a high overall normal, which says high overall normals do suck in franchise. I mean, if this was head-to-head, it really wouldn't matter because it's just strictly attributes. I used Brandon Jones for one of the weeklies. I don't know why I did that because he's pretty older in Madden terms, of course. So disrespect Brandon Jones, you're a dog. But hey, maybe if we're able to get him superstar, he could be a serviceable safety for us. Maybe put him in the box or have him at slot, or maybe even flip his price. I'm also wanting to get Tyquan Thornton involved in the offense too. He is only 24, I believe, 95 speed receiver, 6'2". That's really like the Sean Payton prototype right there. Maybe not the fast part, but the 6'2" part. So hey man, maybe if he could become a solid receiver 3, solid receiver 4 for us, that would be lit. So with that being said, when it comes to player upgrades, I'm never really gonna be upgrading old linemen unless somehow one of our old linemen gets superstar. Then obviously I want pass protector so we can get edge protector. I am gonna upgrade Zach Wilson because maybe we're able to flip him into a late round pick by the end of the year, middle of the year, trade deadline, however stuff like that works. So stuff like that. Yeah, so we're not going to really be upgrading offensive lineman, kicker, punter. If there's a player who doesn't really start on the team either, we're not going to really upgrade them either. I'm making Owen Papa a pass coverage linebacker because when I do want to run pass coverage, hypothetically, if we're able to somehow get Owen Papa to superstar, he'll be ready for lurker. JL Skinner, I low-key just want to upgrade his, I think his zone coverage was lower than his man last time I checked. Where's his man coverage? I don't see it. Oh, it's bad. His man coverage is lower, so we're gonna upgrade his hybrid upgrades. Increased man coverage. So we're gonna work on that. And then I'm gonna send him to the regular season week 1, and then we'll sign some players to fill out our roster, and we'll go there from there. I signed Carson Tinker because when you use him as a sub linebacker or as a slot receiver in those DB battle drills, it's basically like a free gold every time. I know that's pretty cheesy, but it's not cheese because you're able to make tight end slot receiver in the depth chart. So with that being said, guys, you guys can see Bo Nix is our starting quarterback. I don't know why you can't do reorder, but just tap Y. Oh, X you can. It's X. I always thought it was Y. Why is it like that? But guys, we can see this is our depth chart before, getting into the regular season. Like I said, I want to make Marvin Mims receiver number 1. I want Troy Franklin receiver number 2. I want KJ Hamler and Tyquan all in there too. I love my boys over there. Obviously going to start Darnell. He's younger. Like I said, I want to go with that approach of starting younger players. Yeah. All right, guys. So I didn't realize my mic was muted. So I don't know what we got, but basically I'm gonna run through our depth chart. This is our depth chart for season 1. We might sign some free agency players. I'm not going to put that in the video yet because I don't want to spoil that for y'all. So with that being said, we're going to really run through offense linemen. Don't really care about offense linemen. I'm not one of those guys. We do need to sign a center, though. That's for sure. We need to work on getting a center. As our DNs goes, I put Drew Sanders there so we could use him. He's able to be an edge rusher. Trust me, I know the process. Zach Allen and John Franklin Myers, dogs. I want to be able to use Jonah Ellis. He's a dog. As far as linebackers go, I really don't use linebackers unless it's like to stop the run. So our linebackers are pretty much the same. Cornerbacks pretty much the same. Free safety, same. Shot safety. I made JL Skinner the strong safety just because he's younger, way taller, same speed. So it's not really a big loss in my opinion. JL Skinner's a dog. I love JL Skinner. He's a great special teamer in real life. As far as kick return go, I'm gonna mess with that before we play our first game, which will be in the next video. Rushing left end. It's Nick Benito rushing right in. I'm going to make it Drew Sanders because, once again, he can rush the quarterback. Trust the process. I know what I'm doing. And then sub is just going to be these guys right here. Lewis Sanders is a really fast safety to use, and then Owen Pablo is a fast linebacker to use, so maybe we could turn them into something. As far as slot corners, Jaquan McMillan. But that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. That's our depth chart for year 1. We got 4 roster spots. I'm not gonna put any signings in this video because I want it to be a surprise for next video. The next video by me should be a college football video. With that being said, y'all boys be easy.